Thanks, Anna. Well, this is what the news looks like when it gets badly distorted.
It was bad enough when two small states like New Hampshire and Iowa were making the decisions as kingmakers. Now it's like we're down to like 2 billionaires who are doing this. The Koch brothers, did you see this week? Okay, first they said it was going to be Scott Walker, and then, oh, whoops, sorry, spoiler alert, too soon. No, let's have a little more of it, of an audition period. So now they announced their 5 semifinalists who got roses.
So that's the talking point, the storyline. You hear it all the time. The Koch brothers, they're the ones who control American politics with their money. But is it true? Well, not really. Here's a little perspective. Mega donor Democrats like Tom Steyer and Michael Bloomberg outspent the Kochs and fellow Republican donor Sheldon Adelson 5-1 in the last election. 5-1. Well, here to react to the reality of campaign finance is Boston Herald columnist Adriana Cohen. Adriana, great to see you this morning.
Great to see you too, Tucker.
So here are the numbers from the last campaign, which are public, and anyone who wants to learn them can. They're on Google, a well-known search engine, but no one ever mentions them. Obama, $715 million. Romney, $446 million. It's not even close. The money is on the Democratic side. Why do you never hear that?
Exactly. I mean, this is just a political tactic of the left. They want to blame the Koch brothers for, meddling in elections and influencing elections. However, Bill Maher is such a hypocrite because here he is singling out the Koch brothers for influencing elections with their campaign donations, yet he himself donated $1 million to President Obama's campaign to a PAC that supported President Obama in 2012. He also omitted, like you mentioned, Tom Steyer, who's a hedge fund Democrat billionaire who donated $74 million to Democrats during the midterm elections. And so clearly, Democrats, there's plenty of money coming in on their side of the aisle. And here, again, you see media bias because Bill Maher is a big media personality who is only sharing one side of the story with the American people.
So Tom Steyer, you pointed out, a hedge fund finance guy, made most of his money, a lot of his money on fossil fuels, and now has spent $74 million in the midterm to convince Americans they need to pay higher energy taxes because of global warming, just because somehow they should, to no effect at all. That got almost no coverage. I don't think the average person has any idea who Tom Steyer is. He's the single biggest contributor to American politics, the single biggest one, and yet he's basically unknown. Why is that?
Exactly. I mean, again, liberal progressives many of them are elitists. They believe the rules don't apply to them. So Tom Steyer is no different. He's made a bulk of his money in dirty fossil fuels that he villainizes. And now after he's cashed the check, he's deposited the money in his own bank account. Now he wants to tell America how to live and what fossil fuels they should burn or not burn. Or he wants to dictate policy to energy companies after he's made a ton of money, of course. I mean, we see this all the time. Al Gore sold, his media company to, Al Jazeera, which is owned by Qatar, which is the biggest fossil fuel, producer in the world. So again, the rules don't apply to them. It's disappointing.
No, they don't. Well, Michael Bloomberg, 3-term mayor of New York City and gun control advocate, spent tens of millions of dollars trying to take your guns away while keeping them, his bodyguards well armed. Of course, no one's disarming his bodyguards. And he doesn't get credit for the partisan player he is. Tens of millions of dollars on behalf of Democrats, and somehow that doesn't get covered.
Exactly. And George Soros is another big, Democrat mega millionaire who has supported countless campaigns and is very involved in politics, influencing elections. And so when Democrats complain about Citizens United or corporations buying influence, they should look in their own backyard because Bill Maher is one of the biggest supporters of a Democrat politician.